take one unit of the special team. One guy might be really good, one play, next play not good, next play not good, then back to really good. So just consistent play. We're playing harder. We got to keep improving there. Defense played okay. Still didn't get turnovers, but we're getting better. We're much stronger challenge this week with Ball State. Offensively, unfortunate with Trey, but again, I thought Cam came in, did well. A lot of guys involved with the offense, which we like. That's why you guys make a big deal about depth chart. We don't even post one. It's not in the locker room, never has been. That's just for you guys because make you guys all giddy about stuff, I guess. Guys that played well, we thought Ewald was awesome. Kickoffs, placements. He wanted to kick second half into the wind. He thought the pushing with the wind, it was almost hooking him out of bounds. So he actually wanted to open the second half, and he really had a good kick, 4-2 to the goal line, which a lot of people like to do with the kick moved up. Kick a high kick and pin them down. Our coverage needs to pick up on that kickoff team. It's not what we want, but we thought Mitch was awesome. Second game in a row, Griffin Dahlstrom came in, was really solid at linebacker. Murphy showed up well. Thought Timmy Bennett got a lot of work and did really well. Greg Heben was our player of the game, played hard, showed up in special teams and at that nickel spot. Offensive line, Spriggs, the freshman, 2 weeks in a row, has been our best player. Need those other guys to keep coming along. Thought the three tailbacks of Roberts, Coleman, and Roundtree were all good. They were all over 6, pushing 7 yards a clip. Thought both Trey and Cam did well, and Cody Ladd receiver. So some decent performances, but statistically, numbers look good on both sides of the ball. But we just always coaches, we got to continue to keep making improvement. Everybody talks about week 1 to week 2, but when you're a young team and if you're a good team, you get better week after week. So it was good to get a nice one, but now it's been on to Ball State. We've already had 2 days of prep, and very good team, and they're coming in here. We'll take some questions, I guess.
Talked about guys getting a little bit inflated when they've had some success. So after 2 wins, is Ball State kind of the perfect opponent to be playing right now because you played them last year and you had a close game but lost?
Yeah, well, again, I don't know if anybody's perfect for us to be playing because, again, it doesn't matter who we're playing. We're on the wrong side of the ledger, so you could use that motto every week. So, but it is, an opportunity to play those guys again, and they're coming in here and they got a lot of those guys are back that played for them. A lot of those guys that played very well against us last year are back. They're well coached. Coach Limbo's been at several places with a lot of staff, and they know what they want to do, and they do it well. So, again, it'll be a good challenge. But at the same time, our deal is not talking about getting to X wins or being, whatever, as much as we don't say we got to win X game or this game or target games or red letter games. We red letter, tomorrow's red lettered. And we need a better day every day. And that's all we're trying to do is each week get a little bit better every day. And we're selling it hard. And human nature, though, no matter what you do, you have a little success, you just, you start relaxing. It's not football. It's human nature life. And we're just trying to push these guys to keep learning how to keep bringing it. And we're gaining on it. And it's a lot more positive every day. We had a good practice this morning. We've had 2 good days of work. I told you last week, we had a really good week. And we challenge our guys. We need to have another good week and keep getting better. So we'll see if we do that, then we'll go out and play hard, and we'll see what the score is if we play hard. Our deal is just each day keep getting better and show up on Saturday playing as hard as we can.
How's Cam just reacted so far? What's his first couple of days been like? Is in practice? What are you seeing?
Good. He don't have much of a heartbeat, so he don't get rowdy. Just he's kind of laid back. It's just him. He's throwing it very well. Probably threw it well as well yesterday and today as we've had before. No slight of Trey, who was off to a good start, but both he and Nate, we only get 2 guys to work. Last week, Nate didn't get much. We'll keep working up a 3rd guy if we need to it in time, but those 2 guys get the bulk of it, and the starter gets about 2/3 of the work, 60-70% of the work each week.
That said that you guys hadn't really decided on Nate or Cam. Is it Cam?
It is, but at the same time, it was Coleman until Thursday's practice the first week, and he was tippy-toeing and looking tentative like he didn't want to be the guy, so he could come in 2nd or 3rd. So, but I think Cam will handle it well. He did Saturday. I thought he came in with the, kind of a little flat situation, kind of tough for some guys. And, we had a little momentum. He got us in the end zone twice. He played the bulk of the 3rd quarter in a pretty good rainstorm, and the balls got, I didn't think whether it be our equipment staff or the referees, when you're a no-huddle team and it's raining, the ball stands unprotected a long time. It's a bad weather day. You always see the umpire. Well, when you're no huddle, you're doing your talking at the line. So on a bad weather day, the ball gets significantly wetter than you would think. That's why we're always talking to the referees, like how many balls can we check in? Because there's no rule on how many balls you can have ready for play. It's almost like I was telling Don, it's like a golfer. You want to play a couple, take this ball out of play. We want to play a couple plays, the ball gets wet, get it out of play and go to another ball and keep those balls because they get waterlogged. Hard to kick, hard to throw. So I thought Cam handled the situation pretty good. I mean, I think he's really good. He was on an undefeated JC team last year. His dad was a great pro player. His brother's a college quarterback. His other brother's a pro. I mean, we're glad he's here. And there's a reason we went after him. There's a reason it was a competition. And probably, Trey's athleticism and Trey being here a little bit longer got him a little farther ahead. But ability to play, Cam and Nate will both do well for us.
The candidates for the third QB spot.
I don't know if we got one. We got a bunch of walk-on guys. Corey Babb out of Cathedral's one. Nate Boudreau. We got a couple other guys, maybe a little bit more run-around oriented. You could always look to get a hybrid Wildcat guy, but then they know you can't throw the ball. So, I mean, you could have some gimmick stuff, but we'll have to manage that well. And we worked on it today with Corey Babb, who's, he's a big arm kid and a big tall kid. He's 225, 30 pounds, 6'5", and has probably the strongest arm of anyone we have. But he's also, new to the scene and probably can get a little bit overwhelmed. We got Nate Boudreau, another big tall kid. We just basically go to freshman walk-ons. That's just the dynamics of what we got.
Here into the mix because he's done some
As a
Wildcats.
Wildcat guy, but then they just put 10 guys up there with butcher knives and you run it 3 plays and punt. So we've had one sack. Our quarterback hadn't gotten hit. The injury the other day was a free. Quite honestly, if Trey makes the read 2 plays earlier and throws a swing pass to Roundtree instead of lobbing down the middle, he walks in the end zone. He's off the field. Play we called, he looked the wrong way, he got stuck, scrambled. If he looked the right way, he throws it in the end zone, touchdown. So we're going to protect the quarterback, and that's why Ball State will come after us, and we'll play some great Big Ten teams that will come after us. But we're not going to put him back there on the island, just get guys balling. Injuries are part of the game. You got to move on. We always need a third center. We need a third punt returner. We need a third quarterback. But you don't want to get to the third. We'll talk more positive and talk about how well Cam and Nate are going to play as we keep going forward.
I guess just in general, what are Cam's strengths, weaknesses, and what's he better at now than he was when you got him?
Well, just more time on task, understanding rhythm. He's a very calm kid, very smart kid. Throws it reasonably accurate. I don't know if he's is the biggest cannon ever, but good knowledge, good anticipation. The more he plays, the more comfortable he's getting. He looked, and again, probably today, yesterday and today, just okay. Now I'm the guy, a little bit greater sense of urgency. So it means out there he's got a little pep in his step, and at the same time, though, he's not like a very rah, fired up guy. He's a very calm guy. It's just it's his DNA. He won't get rattled. And again, like I say, I thought he handled that situation. He's 16 of 22 and a couple 3 in the rain that were tough. It wasn't a bad start. And as we move forward, again, 2 days of practice, he's looked as good as he has. He's looked the best he has all camp. So we'll keep he'll keep getting better, and so will the young kids. So will Nate.
3 points in the first 2 games. How much of that is the improved play of your defense, and how much of it is the opponents you've been playing?
I don't know as far as slighting opponents. We'll play probably without a doubt the best opponent. And that's not slighting the other 2 with the Ball State coming in with linemen that have played basically 3 and 4 years, and I think they're touted as the second most starts in college ball with their offensive line as far as number of career starts. Quarterback is, I think, started 10 games as a freshman, now into his 3rd year, and manages the team very, very well. One running back over 200 yards in one game, and now another running back that pops up with Clemson over 100. Both running backs are averaging over 8 yards a clip. I think they're 9th in the country in running. And because they get the running going, then they have a mature quarterback that they pass on their terms. So offensively, they know what they want to do. They work it every week. Basically, almost every player, and they graduated a few guys, but every player that significantly contributes were their key players from last year, and they're well coached. So the opponents we played, played a very good running back week 1, a returning starting line. Transfer at quarterback, so maybe the quarterback play wasn't quite as good, although that kid wasn't bad. UMass, I thought we got a little bit better. Didn't tackle as well. Again, we're better on defense, but we got a long ways to go. So, but you guys wouldn't have thought we'd held 2 games at 23 points, holding anybody to 6 anyway. So that's why only Dustin's the only guy that came to the game anyway to watch it. So you guys didn't expect us to play that well. So we'll just say that we played bad teams, I guess, because nothing can ever be good for Indiana and Indiana's defense.
How much did last year's game kind of teach you guys about what you could do and what could work for this defense? I mean, you guys were playing heavy into the man at that point when you played Ball State, and you obviously switched that up, became more gap-oriented. How much did that kind of put you on the path of figuring out who you were as a defense, who you can be?
Well, I think the whole year was a part of that too. That's a good question, Dustin, because we're trying to play some two-gap stuff with guys maybe not big enough, strong enough. We've changed some, but not significant change, just subtle alignments. But I think the real thing is just getting a feel for what our kids can and can't do. I think the offensive coaches right now, as the line with those young linemen get better. Now we're a little bit back behind because of Cam, but the more Cam plays, you'll get back up with the trust factor. So I think it's just kids' knowledge and players' knowledge and a common trust that each one has for each other. So, like I say, we didn't do a good job coaching, getting our guys ready, for whatever reason, just bad by us. We talked last week about getting better as a team, and I actually talked to the team. If the team was going to get better, the coaches were going to be better. And so we worked real hard to try to coach better, and we need to coach better this week. I think that's one of the unique things of Ball State. Coach Limbo's coaches, their guys have been together. They work together well. They know what they do. They know how they want to put their game together. Their punting game is awesome, so they just do a great job of what they know themselves well. I think last year we were learning ourselves, so we're a little bit better, but we're still learning. We're still growing, and we'll keep doing that every day, coaches and players.
Talk a little bit about Trey's situation since the injury and where he had the surgery and so forth.
Yeah, we kept him up there, kept a couple staff people with him. I know his mom flew up there, and with some of the funds the Big Ten, or not Big Ten, the NCAA allows, we actually were able to get his mom up there to be with him. She's been there. I think their plans are we're bringing them back tomorrow, just based on swelling. I think they put and I haven't talked to the doctor, but third party with our medical guys, they put a titanium rod. It was a clean break of both bones, and it's a deal. They put a rod in there with actually then it's there for permanently to fix it. They thought the repair was solid, clean, normal, and should be about a 5-month deal. I talked to him this morning and asked him if he had done his jog yet, and he said no. But he said tell the guys to practice hard and prepare hard and go out and finish and keep getting better. So he's in good spirits. Talked to him. I didn't talk to him till he was up Saturday night, but I didn't talk to him as we were flying back. Got with him Sunday before surgery, Sunday after surgery, yesterday. So we've talked to him. His spirits sound good, and I think our plans are to go get him tomorrow after practice, and he'll be back here tomorrow night sometime.
I guess, and it might be too early for this, but I mean, is the rehab just kind of as basic as letting the bone
Drinking
heal?
milk,
and then
rub dirt on it. That's what you do. A lot of milk, rub dirt. Will be good, though, because Trey, like a lot of our players, needs to be bigger and stronger. I think he's actually too small to be a great college quarterback. Sometimes he'll weigh 178 to 181, 82 pounds. And, and so it's a unfortunate deal because he's a good player and he was a big part of our team. But we are lucky we've got some other good players, and we are lucky that we are more than one person on this team. We're a bunch of guys that have bought in. We have a bunch of leaders. We didn't have just he as a leader as quarterback, so there's a bunch of guys that even during the game kind of took hold at halftime in the locker room, took hold, our kids, and that's been a huge part of what we're doing. The situation for him will be a chance to do a lot. We will probably try to, and we'll see what we can by rule, but we'll probably try to use him a little bit as a student coach. So maybe on game day, he's a pair of eyes in the press box, helping us read coverage, and what we'll see. We'll find out travel-wise what we can and can't do. I've done that in the past. I know each league's a little different, so I don't know what we can do yet, and we're playing at home this week, so as we move forward, but we'll try to keep him involved with every meeting, with every practice he can go to. We'll keep him involved on game day with what's going on and being a part of game planning and calls and what do you like and why. But then physically, guys like here, Ricky Jones, a freshman that broke an ankle last week, getting those guys stronger. And you don't wait till spring ball. So it's getting in the weight room and what are you eating and getting him with Miss Friel, our nutritionist, and getting him with Mark and taking advantage. He'll probably get on a 4-day, maybe even a 5-day lifting plan, probably a week or two down the road when now the swelling's down and his body's going. We'll probably get him lifting as strong as he can, so he'll be a lot stronger as far as making throws and maturity and the whole gig there. Another injury deal you guys I don't think are aware of is Michael Hunter. We actually took him out of the country last week to get a hernia fixed. And a place, he's actually already back jogging. We took him to a place that our trainers were aware of where you get guys back instead of it being a 6-week or an 8-week deal. It's about 10 to 14 days. So I don't know if we'll have him back by Northwestern, but it'll be close. So he had a sports hernia, but it will not be a season deal. However, we do have good depth at that position. Jake Reed's another one. I think I mentioned Jake had the staph infection, or what it's called, the myo, what's that stuff called? What's it when you get the, I don't know, what's it called? MRSA. Yeah, he had a situation that in one of his hand, he had some cuts that got infected. So he's back practicing now. But those are two young men that, again, you play as freshmen. You got depth now, and if they're not playing, you might need them here in a week or two or three, but they're potential maybe redshirt candidates as you move forward. So that's one of the reasons why sometimes you play freshmen, because there are hiccups as you go down the road. And if we need them, we need them. If the depth stays well, and Mike, we're expecting the great things from Jake and Mike Hunter. It's minor deals, but now they've missed a couple weeks. So as we get into week 3, 4, 5, we can decide, do we need to escalate them back in the mix, and we move in Jake from tight end to an offensive line. Mike Hunter started last year. He's awfully good. He's a great kid, but you got a little depth with junior college guys that are doing well. Timmy Bennett shows up well. Antonio Marshall starting to show up well. So that being said, it's not a slight of Mike and Jake, but with more competition, they had a little hiccup. Maybe you get a redshirt year, maybe you don't. Well, we're day to day. Wake up, Pete. We're day to day. I get that with my players all the time, so I'm used to it.
Mike,
5:30 tomorrow morning. That's what we do.
you said Hunter left the country. Where did he go?
Germany.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they specialization for sports or anything?
Supposed to be the best in the world. So we'll see.
Injuries happen all the time. Are some of them more painful to you personally than others? I mean, when you see Trey go down and you could see right away there's a big problem here. I mean, personally, how does that affect you?
I don't know. When things are good, I'm pretty bad. And when things are really bad, I'm pretty calm. And so I was out there like, breathe, slow down, breathe, you're fine. He says, "Might see how good you're out your season. You're fine. Slow down, breathe." So I'm always, Adrian Peterson broke a collarbone. I said, "Let's go. Here we go." We won 7 straight. Sam Bradford got a shoulder. Those are pretty good guys. Let's go. Let's go play. It's what you do. So, I always see it as an opportunity to move on. I never see the sky as dark as you guys. It's awful beautiful today. It's one of the greatest towns in the world. It's a pretty good place. This football team's getting better every day. Whether you guys believe it or not, we are. And we're going to be fine. So I'm pretty good when it's bad, though. I'm really bad when it's good.
Turning to, I guess, sending Michael Hunter to Germany, I guess just what was sort of the process involved with?
You take a 6 or an 8 week recovery from a normal hernia process, and there's just a person over there that's very proactive, and a number of athletes have done it. And our trainer came from Nebraska; they had used it, and like I say, Michael had surgery on Thursday, and he was running yesterday, coming off of a sports hernia. It's just a different deal, a different process. It's had great, and a lot of athletes, a lot of hockey guys particularly are using it. It's a sports hernia deal. You can talk to I'm kind of third party, but I trust our trainer. I think he's good. And the deal was to get him back. We're going to take care of everyone's body. We're going to take care of one of the greatest prized possessions in the world, someone's child. But we're also going to be proactive in getting that kid as quick as we can back. Because my deal when someone gets hurt is not getting them healthy, but getting them better. I need Trey Roberson to be stronger and be smarter as he gets healthy. So it's unfortunate he's injured. Same with Ricky Jones. And I want them to become healthy again, but they're young men that I need to be better football players. And we don't wait till you're back to get better. We're getting better every day. And that's the key to building a program of college athletes. You guys good? Wake up, Pete. Thanks. He's nodding off. It's got the recorder up here and he nods off.